Pokemon Chronicles is a great spin-off of the Pokemon anime and has a spectacular start with the Legend of Thunder arc. But the ending of the series isn't the greatest. Now, when I originally talked about Pokemon Chronicles, I briefly mentioned the weird situation with episode 4 and episode 22, which are both called Pikachu's Winter Vacation. But it's finally time that I watch these in the spirit of Christmas because these are actually Christmas episodes. As a quick recap, Pokemon Chronicles is a 22 episode spin-off of the Pokemon anime that focuses on characters other than Ash Ketchum. But some of the episodes, like the Pikachu's Winter Vacation episodes, don't really fit the theme as well, as they follow Ash's Pokemon with him just out of frame. The two episodes, which are comprised of two half episodes themselves, actually give us 4 Pokemon Christmas shorts. They're named in a way that replicate the amazing Pikachu's Vacation short, but do they reach that level of quality? Well, let's find out by watching them in chronological order. Like I mentioned before, episode 22 is actually a Kanto episode that was released in 1998, while episode 4 is a Johto episode released in 2000. But enough stalling, this present is wrapped and ready to be opened. In Christmas night, Ash, Brock, and Misty are staying at a vacation house for Christmas. They step out to get a cake and leave their Pokemon, and hijinks ensue. These hijinks that ensue take up most of the episode, and it's really all that happens. It's pretty cute, and I found out that it's the source of a bunch of Pokemon party-related gifts that I usually see online. I want to know where I can find the sparkling cider. Eventually, the hijinks that ensue cause the tree to fall over and the power to go out. But everyone bands together and sets up a nice Pikachu-powered surprise for when Ash, Brock, and Misty come back. Overall, it's more cute than anything, but as expected, there isn't a lot of substance to it. There's barely any dialogue, and so it feels like it goes by quickly and that not much even happened. This isn't bad or anything, but it's just fine. In Kanga Games, we have a similar setup where Ash and friends are staying at a winter lodge and their Pokemon wake up the next morning for a snow day. This time, Geodude is with them and so is Onix. This is one thing I always found funny about the main Pokemon during the original series because you have a bunch of small Pokemon and then there's just Onix. While playing in the snow, they meet a Kangaskhan and its baby. Hijinks ensue, and they even have a sled race, which is actually pretty cool. Bulbasaur just grabbing Squirtle and using him as a sled is genius. It at least makes more sense than, well, Bulbasaur and Zubat. And of course they all end up on Onix and pick up too much speed when they are then saved by the mother Kangaskhan. They part ways and reunite with their trainers. Again, nothing too special. This one is more winter themed in general than it is Christmas and has a similar formula to the last episode. But it's still fine. I sure hope this pattern doesn't keep going though. In Delibird's Dilemma, the group of Pokemon has expanded to include Johto starters as well as Noctowl, since this is in Johto. They're playing a game of snowballing until Totodile knocks Delibird out of the sky, scattering presents everywhere. I can't believe it. Totodile's ruined Christmas. After all these years of being my favorite Pokemon, he might actually be on the naughty list. Though I do like this sequence, as it gives us a better look at Delibird's tail, which, yes, that sack of presents is actually its tail pouch. Of course, the Pokemon catch him and help him find all the lost presents. I had only ever seen this shot as a gif where Delibird gives Totodile a present, but it turns out that it was actually reversed because in the actual scene, Totodile had just retrieved a present and is handing it back to Delibird. My whole life is a lie. There are so many emotions going on right now. So far, this is my favorite short. It feels like there's more going on since the conflict is established early on, and most of the short is centered around resolving it. There is a narrator for the short in the English dub, and without even looking it up, I bet there was no narrator in the original Japanese, because he adds absolutely nothing to the episode, giving us information that we could have found out ourselves. At one point, they run into an Aipom who seems like it's going to keep one of the presents for itself, until Totodile decks it in the face with a snowball, thus atoning for his sins earlier in the episode. At the end of the episode, when they nearly lose the last present, Aipom shows up again and actually puts its tail to good use and saves it. The real kicker is that Delibird is actually Santa's helper and hops in the sleigh as they fly away. You know, because Santa is canon in Pokemon. But I guess it does make sense because Delibird can't be Santa himself, he's just one bird. I suspect Santa's got a whole team of Delibird up at the North Pole. You know, better than the Jinx he used to have. But yeah, the short is actually pretty good. Again, it being made during the Johto era when they had a better grasp on Pokemon as a whole, it just flows better. This one I would genuinely recommend to add to your annual Christmas watch list. finally, is Snorlax Snowman. It's another general winter-themed episode, as the Pokemon are building snowmen. Totodile builds a giant one like the absolute Chad he is, and everyone joins in to make it into a Snorlax, which is pretty cute. However, when they're all sleeping, it just comes to life right out of nowhere, all Jack Frost style. No magic hat or anything, it just does. It gets up. The Pokemon follow it outside, and guess what? Hijinks ensue. Except that these go beyond normal hijinks and they get lost at sea. They're all upset at Snorlax, and rightfully so, it was his fault. And after a run-in with a Whirlpool and some amazement with water Pokemon, they make their own boat out of ice and start heading home, but are then rescued by some Lapras when their ice boat breaks. Now prepare yourself for what I'm about to say, because they then stumble across an entire colony of Snowman Snorlax. And how? Is this a common thing to build Snowman Snorlax, and do they all just come to life and make their way here? How many lives have they ruined? How many Pokemon have they gotten lost at sea trying to get home? Well, we don't get any time to get our questions answered, as they leave him with his people and fall asleep on the backs of Lapras, only to wake up in the Pokemon Center the next morning. Thankfully, they go outside and find their snowman is still there, thus decanonizing the sentient Snowman Snorlax colony. Now, this one is another episode that's just fine. I think it's worth seeing for the absolute what the heck moment with the Snorlax, and I honestly like the white look though. This 100% should be a future regional variant for Snorlax. But again, the whole thing being a dream, or something at the end, makes it somewhat okay. Knowing that Snowman Snorlax don't actually come to life in the canon of the Pokemon anime is gonna help me sleep a lot better at night. Which, yes, that is an actual sentence that I just said. But that brings our watch of all the Pokemon Chronicles Christmas episodes to an end. But anyway, hey, this is GatorEX, and yes, after watching all the Pokemon Chronicles Christmas episodes, it was pretty interesting. I was just about to go crazy after hearing nothing but Pokemon sounds for about an hour. It was something, but I mean, they were enjoyable. The thing is, though, there are much more Pokemon Christmas specials or Christmas shorts or wherever. There are only 4 technically included in Pokemon Chronicles, but there are more somehow elsewhere. I don't know the full story because I haven't watched or researched them, but if that's something you think I should do, let me know in the comments below. So you can see I got my Christmas shirt, not a sweater. It's not cold enough for sweaters here, but I mean, you know, it's festive. I'm in that Pokemon Christmas mood. It was so great to see all my Pokemon buddies in the shorts today. That was really cool. No grass Pokemon because they won't show up. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you think if you've seen the Pokemon shorts, the Pokemon Chronicles Christmas shorts. Pikachu's Winter Vacation, technically, but I mean, like I said, they're fine. The Delibird's Dilemma, like I said, by far my best, and I 100% recommend. Totodile really shines in that one. But if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe to show your support. You can enable notifications by clicking that bell icon next to the subscribe button. It'll make sure you see each new video as it comes out, and especially because we're going to be working on maybe 1 or 2 more Christmas videos this month. Stay tuned because I've got a special one that's kind of a tag, maybe. That one definitely going to be making a video on, so stay tuned for that, hopefully next week. But anyway, this has been GatorEX. Have a nice day.